our fair share of ups and downs on the road, and today we are here to show you some of our most valuable lessons we have learned. If you're serious about RV life, make sure that you stick all the way to the end because the last mistake is the most important.
It's nasty. Okay, one of the hugest mistakes we've made is we almost caught our RV on fire in my parents' driveway.
In a driveway.
We had plugged our trailer into their house, and we were right by the lawn, and some sprinkler water got onto our electrical cord and literally melted our electrical cable. Because we had an E.M.S, it shut off power to our rig and all of our electrical stuff was fine. But had we not had that, it could have caused some serious damage to our trailer.
Oh, and here is a really good one. We find ourselves making this mistake every time we travel, and that is just rushing our process. So sometimes we'll do things a little out of order just because there's so many things to take care of. When you are rushed, you make a lot of little mistakes that can end up being a little costly. We have lost our water cap on a travel day and ended up getting dust in our fresh water tank. All right, so we lost our water cap. Did we lose it on the road? Did it fall off while we were driving? Did we leave it at a friend's? Don't know. It's just gone. So when we turned on the faucets, mud came out.
We had to just duct tape the thing shut for a few days until we could get a new cap. It was rough.
It was rough.
But it's so dumb, we just lost it. One time I was in a huge hurry and I was trying to connect the trailer, but I forgot to put the stabilizer jacks up. And so I was running the tongue jack, trying to lift it up.
And you're like, why is this not going?
Yeah, but the back jacks were still down. So I was like, duh, you gotta slow down and not be in a hurry. There's two types of people. The prepared people and the push it to the limit people. And I like to save money on gas. And one time I was like trying to make it to that Costco, trying to push it. And when you're towing, your miles per gallon is small. And so it'll say, 50 miles, but that's really like 20. And so we almost ran out of gas. And we had to stop at some hole in the wall place because I was trying to get to that dang Costco.
It's funny because Jared's a planner.
I am.
Like, it's hilarious because he's such a penny pincher. So it makes us do crazy things sometimes. But he's a planner. So it's like, even if you're a planner, you can still fall for the, I want to save money on gas. Just fill up the gas tank. Just fill it up. You don't want to make these mistakes. They're not that fun. So make sure you subscribe to see all of our tricks, tips, and avoid all the mistakes that we make. One of the most stressful situations you can actually be in as an RVer is going to your campground late in the dark.
Especially if you're going boondocking, make sure you go early because you do not want to be scouting out a spot in the dark.
We've been pretty good about this. Jared's a planner, so that is why.
I'm like, we gotta get there.
I stress out about that stuff.
Yeah.
But we see a lot of people who pull into boondocking spots at like 1 a.m. And we notice because it's quiet when you're out in the middle of nowhere, and they come in with their lights and their diesel trucks, and I'm like stressed for them.
We had one where you couldn't even turn around. This guy had to back up this whole long road because you couldn't see in the dark that it was a dead end.
Oh yeah, it was a scene. People are like coming out of their tents. The kids are like, "Who's there?"
Yeah, it was late. I mean, maybe that guy had a really rough day getting there, but just try to plan ahead and get to your spot before it's dark.
Yeah, and if you don't get there before it's dark, you can always pull on the side of the road or find something a little more accessible.
On to the nightmare. And this just happened a few days ago. And I had been warned about this, but I was in a rush. Going back to that, I was in a rush. We were at a dump station and there was like 3 trailers behind me. And so I was just in a rush to dump. And my connection was not on properly. Luckily, I knew the tip. You pull a little gray water first just to make sure everything's kosher. Everything's good. So I pulled that gray and some of it came out onto the ground. And so I immediately knew that I wasn't good. Luckily, I was also wearing gloves. I wear gloves because you never know. And so I was able to put it back on, and I did not have poo-poo all over my hands because that's disgusting. And so take it slow, make sure you check your connections, do the gray test first, and
Avoid that poo-poo.
Avoid. Yeah. That could have been bad. Like, just all over and all the cars watching me. It's like stressful when somebody's watching you, so. Yeah.
When we first started, we didn't know anything about dumping or RVing, or we are musicians, okay? We don't do the stuff. We didn't do the stuff. We do it now.
Well, learn from us idiots when it comes to RVing so that you don't make these mistakes too. Hit the subscribe button and so you won't miss our videos and won't make the awful sewer mistakes like we did.